or on top of everything, documentation. Guys, I was not documented in South Africa. I was.
You see what it does? He starts with emotions. He starts by complaining, hey, I'm not, this and that complaints, and then he comes back again and then he says, I should have started here, which I think you should have, Mr. Say. So this brother is going to tell us on why did he moved back to Zimbabwe. And I want us to listen to him very careful, and I will pause there and there, but I will try to allow him to speak for himself and all of that, okay? And maybe there and there we will see. Let's get into the video. Please, guys, do me a favor before we start. Like the video, click the like button. It helps, okay? Click the like button. Please, support, ladies and gentlemen. I can even say, especially you South Africans. I don't know, because most of the time my videos are watched by South Africans, but you guys are not liking videos. Why are you not supporting? Like, I don't understand. Okay, it's okay. Let's get into the video.
Going back to South Africa for these 10 reasons. So people have been asking me, why Shelton have you moved from South Africa to Zimbabwe? I've been living in South Africa, guys, for 10 years, and I decided to move to Zimbabwe last month on the 6th of October last month. Yes, that's when I went to Cape Town International Airport, flying to Zimbabwe, and I made a video saying that I'm never coming back to South Africa again, but I'm just gonna be going maybe for vacation or for work. That's when you're going to see me, guys, in South Africa. And please, guys, stop asking me, when are you coming back? Was it real? Were you for real saying that you are no longer coming to South Africa? Honestly, guys, that's my honest situation right now. I'm never coming back there for pleasure. Maybe for vacation when I have money, when I'm now rich. Okay, I'm gonna give you 10 reasons why I moved to Zimbabwe. So the first one is the future. When I looked at the future, friends, it was really concerning that the life that I was living in South Africa, I didn't see much future in South Africa. Looking at the situations, looking at how South Africans are handling us as Zimbabweans, how South Africans are handling the situation, how things are going down in South Africa. I looked at it and I was like, I don't think it is good for me. I need to go back to Zimbabwe and look at what is happening in Zimbabwe.
You know, an objective person, usually what you would do is to look at the situation and ask yourself why. Why are they doing what they are doing? I'm just saying, okay?
To be honest, I looked at the future and I see, okay, am I going to own a property in South Africa anytime soon? And I find it really difficult for some reasons that I'm going to talk about on the next on number 2. It was really difficult, and I decided, nah man, I think it's important that I move back to Zimbabwe because of my future. Where am I going to be in the next 10 years? How is South Africa going to treat me in the next 15 years? How is South Africa going to treat my kids in the next 15 years? I was looking at that. So number 2 thing, which was really concerning, and I think this was supposed to be number 1 or on top of everything, documentation. Guys, I was not documented in South Africa. I was.
You see what it does? He starts with emotions. He starts by complaining, hey, I'm not, this and that complaints, and then he comes back again and then he says, I should have started here, which I think you should have, Mr. Say, so that we know which position are you speaking from, okay? I've always said, guys, documented guys who are from other countries in Africa, I don't have a problem with them. Not have a problem. Nothing. Listen to what he's going to say now.
Like a visitor to South Africa. My passport allowed me to visit for 3 months only, and I was living there for 10 years. So imagine being undocumented. I can say I wasn't documented because I didn't have a permit. I only applied for an asylum seeker document, and it came out but with only few months and it expired. So which was not really good for me. Why? Because whenever Home Affairs was going to be looking for people who are not documented, they were going to catch me and I will find myself in a bad situation. Some people get to leave their stuff and they get stolen when they leave, in a way that like Home Affairs comes and pick them, and then they take them to jail and they deport them back to their countries, which is a situation that I've seen happening to others, and I never wanted it to happen to me. I was not documented, so I realized that my future in South Africa, if I'm not documented, was going to be a bad one. Why? Imagine that there's nothing legal that I would have to do because I'm not legal. Anything legal.
What did I say to you? Man, what did I say to you to my other video I made about immigration? I said to you, you cannot expect a person to come to a country illegally and you expect them to do things legally. There's no way. It's impossible. It doesn't happen. It will never happen in any country. Even in your countries who are watching me. It doesn't happen. If you are getting into a place where you are illegal, obviously everything that you are going to do is going to be illegal. He's right. And I accept it, you know.
Any opportunity, any business opportunity, I wouldn't take it because I'm not legal. I mean, there's no pride. I mean, imagine where you have to force things, where you have to fit in, where you have to act as if you are South African within South Africans. It was really a bad situation, to be honest. It happens to so many Zimbabweans right now in South Africa. So I decided that I am not going to stand for this. Let me go back to my country where I belong, where I have pride, which is Zimbabwe here, where I have the land that I own. We own land this side. Okay, let's move on to number 3, which is bills. Guys, our bills in SA were a bit big. We had a lot of bills. Guys, to be honest, our rentals were renting at something like 11,000 rand, including our electricity that we were paying and water. And we had other bills and the food that we were eating. I mean, we were living good life, right?
Where were you staying, bro?
And we were staying in town. So
Where?
life was a bit expensive. We would have to spend $1,000. And looking at our situation and our possessions and looking at our income, I felt like it was a lot to spend $1,000 on bills. Looking at our income, so I felt like it was important to come here where I can live without a single cent. Here I can live without having money. It's possible. I will be free to just have a life without money. It's normal. Because why? We can live to below our means. Why? Because there's poor people who are just living, especially in the rural where I am right now. I mean, you can just you don't even have anyone giving you pressure, doing whatever that they are doing, which is better. I mean, you can see poor people everywhere. I mean, that keeps you low. To be honest, it keeps you really low. So I decided that since the situation is like this, I need to move back and live on my lowest, which is right here in Zim. No one is going to give me pressure this side. I can do whatever lowest. I can spend the lowest and still live a comfortable life. Yeah, it's still comfortable. Like moving on from there, we want to look at number 4, which is daily activities and production. Right. So I do most of my work at home, and I find myself not doing anything sometimes. And I realized that when I was in South Africa, I would have useless time being spent on useless things that are not productive. But when I'm here, guys, I have to get inside my field and look at my crops that I'm putting in there, and I have something to take care of. I have farming to do that keeps me active and keeps me healthy. I wouldn't walk when I was in South Africa a lot because most of the times I'm just coming out of the house, I get inside the car and I travel, I go somewhere. Yes, I want to stay safe, right? I always inside my car. I don't want to like interact with a lot of people. Why? Because
he was using a car. He was not having documents. He was illegal. He was using a car. He was driving a car. For you to drive a car, you need a license. Question, how did he get the license? All right? I'm not bashing, but I'm just showing you that if you are illegal in a country, your problem that you will have is that everything you're going to do, you are going to do illegal. That's the problem. Okay? Anyway, let's continue.
So safe. So to be honest, I wouldn't have time to walk a lot of it. But here, you'll be walking around in the field doing a lot of activities. There's a lot of activities that can happen in the rural area. Like right now, we have to go and plant our seeds, do a lot of stuff in the field, visiting people around. Some places you cannot go there with a car, so you have to walk. So that keeps you very active and very healthy and very very vital at the same time. Here we eat fresh food, so that keeps us healthy as well. So I feel like you're more healthy at this side. So moving on from there, we have number 5, which is the state of crime in South Africa. Guys, there's a lot of crime in South Africa, especially in Cape Town where I was living. I don't want to lie to you guys. Daily you find someone being killed somewhere in Cape Town. Someone is killed in daily basis. Uber drivers have lost their lives. I have a lot of friends who have lost their lives doing Uber in Cape Town, which is really devastating. I've seen people who are in business who have lost a friend. A lot of.
Oh, so you were staying in Cape Town? My guy. There was no way that you are going to expect to pay like 5,000 in Cape Town. Cape Town, my guy, is very expensive. It's understandable for you to be paying the bills like it's going to be 11,000. That is understandable. Cape Town is expensive, even for us as South Africans. We know that it's expensive, so it makes sense on how much you were paying. Now I understand why you would move back home because of those bills. But Cape Town, my guy, it's a nice place, you enjoy, but remember, what do they call it? Convenience. It costs a lot of money. Convenience, it costs a lot of money. If you check also, since he's speaking about Ubers, you see, when it comes to Uber, what is sold in the Uber thing is not just the transport from its convenience. When you are in a taxi, sometimes you complain about taxis. Yeah, we were squeezed. Yeah, what. There was a lot of noise. Yeah, what. But when you use Uber, it's convenience because you are sitting alone. You are having your own time there. You can open your phone the way you want and blah, blah, blah. So convenience, my guy, it's very expensive. Staying in Cape Town, and I believe that you are staying in a very nice place, because 11,000, that would make sense, okay? So that means you were paying for convenience. That's how it is in the whole world. If you don't want to pay more, you will stay in those places where, it will be as if like you are at home as in like in rural places, But convenience is very expensive. That's what it is, okay? And when it comes to crime, I can agree with you. South Africa has a lot of crime. And unfortunately, that's why sometimes when we fight for like these illegal immigrants, that's the problem sometimes. We want to be able to deal with what we know. That means with people that we know, with people that are documented, with people that we can see when we check who has committed crime. You don't find yourself not knowing who is who in the zoo. You gotta know who is who in the zoo so that you can deal with them decisively. But if you are illegal and you commit crime, unfortunately, we cannot track you, we cannot get you. We agree and I accept that South African crime, it's very bad, okay? But that's what we are trying to deal with, okay? And when I was listening to the Minister of the National Commissioner, he was briefing the Parliament. He did say that actually one of the things that they find challenging, it is actually illegal immigration, okay? Because they add into the crime. That's the thing, The thing is, guys, when a person commits a crime and is illegal, even if you go and report the crime, they will check, no body, they know nothing. Like they will say, this person, we don't see the person here. Who are you talking about? We know him, what, the person goes to another province. Boom, you don't find them, But anyway, that's actually a good point about crime. South Africa, it's I can promise you.
Is that who have lost their lives doing Uber in Cape Town, which is really devastating. I've seen people who are in business who have lost a friend. I mean, a week before I came here, we've lost a friend, which was really sad. a friend who was really close, who was really a good person, just because of things that has to do with crime. Crime is a lot in South Africa. You can get robbed anytime. You can lose your stuff. You can lose even your car anytime, which is really sad. And it's really rare here in Zimbabwe. I don't want to lie to you. If you didn't know, you know this now today. It's rare. Here I can leave my car open, even the windows open, without anyone coming to take anything from inside, which is really cool. I don't want to lie to you. But in South Africa, you can't do that. You're actually betting on something that is bad. So, to be honest with you guys, it's much safer here than it is in South Africa. So I decided that I need a peaceful place like here. Moving on from there, we have xenophobia, which is number 6. There's a lot of xenophobic attacks that happens in South Africa anytime. It happens even on social media. It starts on social media, where people will be bashing you that you need to go back to your country. If you actually just make a video on social media and show a nice place, even if you're in Zimbabwe, some South Africans, if they see that, they will tell you to go back to your country. I've seen that happening. So I feel like it's
one of the reasons some of the foreign guys or guys who come from Africa, from other countries, the reason why one of the reasons they will tell you, if they were honest, why sometimes they like to be in South Africa, it is because the people of South Africa, that means people of South Africa are good people or whatever. If you can go and check the videos maybe in the past and stuff like that. Now the question will be, if you are an objective person, guys, that's why I like to look at things objectively from both sides, okay? When you look at what is happening now, have you guys from outside, have you sat down and asked yourself, why are they doing what they are doing? You have never. All you do, guys, you just always criticizing to say, yeah, you are being xenophobic, but you don't ask yourself, why are they doing what they are doing? And some of you did say in the past to say South Africans are good people, they are whatever. Have you asked yourself what triggered them to do what they are doing? You never ask that question. The only thing that is in your mind is they are xenophobic. You don't check whether what they are doing is actually provoked by something. You have never sit down and think about it. There are other Africans who are in South Africa, even others are not in they can understand where South Africans they can understand the position of South Africans, but some of you don't want to accept that. This period that we are in South Africa, when it comes to foreign nationals, it's not going to be a period or a season that is going to be there forever. No, I believe that this thing was supposed to happen so that it triggers you guys to go to your country so that you can see what you are missing from your countries. Some of you are going to be rich one day, maybe from your countries, and then you will be making video thanking South Africans of what they did because of they triggered you to go back to to your country, and then you establish yourself there, and then you find a life in your country actually more productive than you are in South Africa. You don't see all of that. You don't see the positivity. You just see xenophobic. These people, they hate us. These people, they don't like us. I would never say I don't like any person who's from African countries. I will never say that. But the situation and the conditions, unfortunately, they forced the people to do what they are doing. Some of the things they are doing, some of us, we don't agree with them. But what else can they do? What else can they do? Because you cannot because one thing I know about politics is that if people are quiet, the government will be quiet. If people are quiet about anything that is troubling them, they don't say anything, they don't do nothing, the government will be quiet because they think everything is cool, it's nice. Even if there are things that are making them angry. So, South Africans, this is the time where they decided to say, we are going to take these things and we are going to take them up and we are going to take them for ourselves. And they are doing exactly that. And of course, it triggered you guys. And you described them, you labeled them as xenophobic. Okay? I understand you are frustrated. But listen, this thing has to happen so that this government sees that if they don't take people serious that they are serving, this will happen. Remember, if you are a government in a country, you are a government in a country, not in Africa, in a country. Before Africa, there is a country. Okay? There's no Africa without country. Right? There has to be countries to be Africa. So countries, they've got their own government, own president. The first thing that they need to do, those guys, is to take care of those people that are in that country. Right? And then while they're busy doing that, the problem is with our country. These people that are in government, people realized that they were starting to forget them. They were starting to actually not care about them. And then they decided to do whatever that they're doing, enriching themselves, corruption and everything. And then they saw that, you know what, for us to deal with this thing, we need to do it ourselves. And they did it. Unfortunately, it was not a pleasant way to do it. And I don't see any way that they could have done it. Because if they go to parliament, they are just looked at the eyes, we will deal with it, we will deal with it. They tell them speeches. But people, they decided, okay, we are going to do this thing on our own. And unfortunately, you guys, when you see us as if like we are hating you. I wouldn't have a problem to come to Zimbabwe there and start a business. I wouldn't have a problem with that. And come there with an aim of doing business. Come there with an aim of enriching the economy of your country. That's a good thing. And you guys, the problem also that you are doing that you don't see, you are depriving us an opportunity to learn about your countries. You are denying us that opportunity. Because after the land was taken, since you were speaking about that we have land in this sky, in my country now I have land. As if like, you know, in South Africa we don't have it. We are busy fighting. Then there was a guy called Rutendo talking to us to say, yeah, you guys are fighting for foreign nationals, but you don't even have a land. You are not for fighting for your land. Okay? You are depriving us an opportunity because we want to know, since your president, which was Mugabe, took a decision to say we are taking the land, we want to know, how was that experience to you guys? Was it that bad? We don't know. All we know is that, yeah, say the economy went bad and blah, blah, blah. They actually learned recently to say Zimbabwe ended up actually going to dollar. They moved from Zim to dollar, okay, because of the economy, right? And we want to know those things, but you guys are depriving us. You, my guy, since that land thing, it seems like you've got a land somewhere in the rural places. It seems like you've got something. I would be very happy to have a place like that, or to have a land of myself. I can plant, trust me. I can plant cabbages, I can plant beetroot, I will never go to a shop. I will take them there. Alright? And you guys are privileged actually, if you ask me, because you've got a land. Here we don't even have it. We are busy fighting for it. But now it becomes a problem that you are fighting other problems. The other problems comes on the other side. And I will give you an example which you guys sometimes ignore. The example of employment. South Africans, they are in South Africa, right? They are working, right? Then they decide to say we are going to fight for salary increases because these guys are making profits. They are not increasing salaries any. Then they go on the streets. They fight, they do whatever. And then these employers, what they would do, because we are fighting for our rights, they would go, they will fire everyone and not bring everyone that was doing back to work. And guess who they will employ? Guess who they will employ? You guys. Because you came and obviously you can take anything that they give you. Even if sometimes they give you lower than what those people that were working there actually got, you will accept it. Why? Because you can take anything. I will always say this point because it's the point that makes the point to say. It's not like we hate you, but you are making it difficult for South Africans to fight for their rights because they use you as something that they can replace with. Or they use you as people that they can replace South Africans because South Africans are lazy, according to them. Why? Because they were fighting for their rights. Every time they fight for their rights, they are called lazy. What is wrong, guys? Come on, ladies and gentlemen, okay? Like, all I'm saying is, don't look at things from one-sided side and because you are angry, emotional, you know, whatever, and then you are like, you know what, these people are xenophobic. Look at things objectively, look at things in the right way. I wouldn't have a problem, my guy, if you come to South Africa, document it nicely, you bring your business there, we use your skills. Awesome. You can create a website for me. You can help me to edit my videos here. Since you can see my videos, maybe I'm not doing well. I can use you and say, you listen, my guy, help me here. And then I can do that. But as long as you are not illegal, it becomes a problem for me. The next thing I'm using you in South Africa, you are doing the job. And then boom, the next thing I see you on TV there being caught and being arrested because you are illegal. And I'm looking at my website and I'm like, yo, what is going on? That's all I'm saying. That's why I was speaking about respect, ladies and gentlemen. Let's respect each other's countries, okay? Please, let's do that. Mr. Ramaphosa was speaking in parliament recently. He was complaining and talking to those that are employed. Please, guys, don't be something that they are going to use. Don't be people that they are going to use, these employers, so that they can replace the South Africans. Don't be that people. Don't be those people. Otherwise, we'll never have this one Africa. Because it will seem like you guys, you are working against us because you are being there so that you can replace us. And I'm not saying that every company does that. But please, let's just, I'm just saying. I'm just making you to see what you describe xenophobic. Please sit down and think about it. And be like, listen, I think I understand where they come from. Let's leave them and let them deal with whatever that they are dealing with. And then let them, and all of that. How are we going to fix that if you guys are replacing us? I'm just saying.
Be a concern to me that if people do not like you in their country, it's really a good thing that it's either you go somewhere else or you go back home. So my decision was to go back home, and I'm totally grateful, to be honest, to be here, because I feel peaceful. There's peace here. Yeah, I love being here, to be honest, and I feel like I have made a bold move, and the decision that I've made is a beautiful one, and it's one of the best so far, because I'm loving it here. So those xenophobic attacks, I'm now away from them. They're not gonna happen to me, whereby you are called names like Makwere when you're in South Africa, which is really bad, and I don't like it. And you act as if you are a fool when they look at you. And when they see you, they see someone useless. I've seen people saying, we are robbing only Makwere, we're robbing people from outside only. Can you just imagine that in a community where people are after foreigners to rob them? I mean, it's really sad. Gangster is after the foreigners also, and it's easy to rob a foreigner for so many reasons. They are not documented. They are probably not going to even report because they are not documented. They will be scared of going to the police as well. It's really a sad situation. From there,
yeah, which actually makes it very, very worse. You see now, people are using, and when they say that, they are not like saying that to make you go away. They are saying that to tell you that actually, because we know you are not going to even report. You are not going to report, so we will actually rob you because they can see you are wearing some nice things there. And then they are like, this one we are taking him and it looks like he's a foreigner. And if he's a foreigner, that means the chances are he's not documented. They check you up. I don't know how. They ask your friends and whatever, or anyone that knows you. I know he's not documented, then they rob you. Obviously, you're not going to run to the police station, which makes it very worse. That's what we are saying. Now, South Africans, you who is a South African watching this video, please guys, let's stop this thing of calling these guys names, okay? Obviously, you are fighting for your country or whatever, but please don't call them these nasty names, okay? Please guys, know that you are angry, but do it right. Do it right. If you march, don't use some words there that are going to make them feel small. You are calling them useless. Why would you call a person useless? It doesn't matter whether white, black, whatever. Don't call a person useless. There's no one who's useless here. Okay? Now, let me talk about, before I close, let me talk about motivation, right? Guys, I also look at this thing in this way, right? Motivation, right? When a person is motivating, the reason why the person is motivating is motivating to trigger you. Okay? To trigger you. If there is something that you wanted to do, to trigger you to do it. If there is maybe you've got a business that's not working, to start working on it so that it works. It's to trigger you, especially if you get people who motivate harshly. They tell you nonsense, not no nonsense. They tell you straight to your face to say, you are lazy, Baba. The reason why your business is not working is because you are lazy. It's because you are not doing nothing. You are just lazy, okay? The reason why your YouTube is not working is because you are lazy, Baba. You are not making videos every time. You are doing whatever. A person who will tell you that, some of us will look at that person to be saying, you hate me, you've got a vendetta against me, you've got a beef against me. God, no, the person is not actually having a beef with you. He's trying to trigger you, but harshly so that you get triggered, so that you can start doing things for yourself, okay? Just like what is happening now in South Africa with guys, with these guys going for foreigners. Some of you get triggered, and you get triggered now. One day in life, 1 year in life, you will be celebrating. You will be thanking South Africans to say, you took us out of your country. Look at us now, we are rich. And you will be celebrating. It will be a good thing. Sometimes it takes those type of things for people to realize that actually, let's go back and build our thing. Let's go back and build our country. Let's go back and build our country, so that when this one Africa they are talking about comes to fruition, at least you are in a better position. That's what I'm saying, you know. Anyway, I don't know, guys, what do you think about that? I think he was speaking from his experience, and I think he's happy where he is. And I hope that, my guy, that field that you've got there, you must plant and end up supplying, and end up becoming a supplier to somewhere, some shops and everything, and you become a farmer one day, okay? It's a good thing, it's a wonderful thing, and I think it's going to make more videos about Zimbabwe, whatever. We will react to that, because that's what also we are about, okay? To show you guys that it's not like we hate you, we don't want you here, but all we are saying is, please, can you give us a chance to fix our country, please? Can you do that for us? And you are making it difficult for us to do that. Okay, anyway, that is just my opinion at the end of the day. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel. I hope you already liked. Okay, I'm not going to beg people to like, but I hope you already liked, you already subscribed if you are new. Thank you so much, guys. I will see you next time. Put it in the comments and tell me what do you think in the comments. I would really appreciate all of that. Ladies and gentlemen, and guess what? We are done. And guess what? Yeah, I'm out.